Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter, and if there's any advice I can give you on day 1 of Monster Hunter World, and this is not because I'm a feline fan, it is to do all the Grimalkyne quests. I'm not joking, hear me out, I will tell you why. First, the Grimalkins are cute, right? Let's get that out of the way. But the Grimalkins are a tribe of different types of feline cats that you can find in each of the fields as you play the game. There are special quests that you can trigger to make them your friends and to become part of their groups, and there's a lot of benefits to doing so. So let's first cover the 4 benefits, and then I'll walk you through exactly how to clear these subquests for each of the areas. The first benefit is obvious. They'll become an extra fighter or companion in your team if you run into a group during an excursion, and they're powerful, so they can definitely draw the monster away from you and do some real damage. Number 2, there are trap outposts all throughout the different maps, and if you happen to be mounting a monster and bring them over to that area, the cats will jump in and help capture it. Now, this is not something that you want to be going for, but it is a nice bonus when you're in a nearby area with an outpost. Number 3, tail riders. So once you befriend a certain group from a map, they will teach your Palico how to talk to one of the small monsters of that map. And when you run into them the next time, your cat will convince one of them to join your team, which will not only help them do more damage, but also draw the attention of the large monsters away from you, making the hunts even easier. And number 4, and this is the most important one, is the awesome, game-changing Palico equipment. Seriously, if this was the only benefit, I would still be making this video. The Palico equipment that they give your cat for becoming part of their team and clearing the subquest is absolutely game-changing. They're huge, awesome bonuses, so let's go through them and you'll see why. First up is the easiest one. This is in the Ancient Forest, and this is the group of Grimalkins called the Bug Trappers. Now the Bug Trappers, you'll start to find doodles all around the area. Go ahead and collect those so you can start to see them on your map, because this will make this quest a lot easier. But basically, once you get far enough in the game that it unlocks the top of the Ancient Forest, the tree where Rathalos lives, you will find tracks and you'll run into a lone Grimalkin, who will then run away and you can't capture it. The whole idea here is that you have to chase it back to its camp. Note that this is not time sensitive, so it's actually very easy, but here let's see how this works. Okay, so once you've chased it all the way up to the very top of the tree, you'll find the Grimalkin camp. This one's easy, there's nothing else you need to do but find the camp and they will befriend you and consider you and your Palico now part of the Bug Trappers. Now by default, your cat will have an equipment item called the Vigor Wasp Spray. This is super important earlier on in the game because it's some free heals. Basically what will happen is when your Palico senses there's danger and there hasn't been a huge interval between the time, it will summon a Vigor Wasp and heal you. Well, now that you've joined the Bug Trappers, they'll give you a new item called the Flash Fly Cage. This will allow your Palico to summon a cage that you can trigger to pretty much do a flashbang at any time you want, like flashbang on demand. This will allow you to obviously blind all the monsters around you, both small and large, making it so the monsters can't run away, and it also makes them very susceptible to large combos because they stop moving because their eyes are all dizzy. On top of that, it also teaches your cat how to speak Jagras. So anytime you run into a pack of Jagras, your cat will convince one of them to join your team. You see there on the left, it's actually joined my party. Now, while the small monsters don't do like massive damage, they do definitely draw the attention of larger monsters and smaller monsters away from you, making the hunts a lot easier. And it's also really cute. I mean, come on, right on. Okay, the next one's a little bit more involved. This is the Wildspire Waste. This is the group of Grimalkins called the Protectors. What you want to do is go into this hole in the middle of the anthill, or they call the Wildspire, and you will be able to find the Grimalkin camp. Now, if you did find all the doodles, you will be able to search them on the map and your scout flies will lead you to these locations, or you can just use my video and see the map on the bottom left, and that'll tell you where exactly it is. So basically down that hole and over to the right, you'll find the camp. Now these guys will tell you that 3 of their protectors have gone renegade or missing, and they want you to go and capture them using your capture net. They will mark them on your map, so just go find them, sneak up on them, and use your capture net to snag them, and that will complete the quest when you go back. Do make sure that you go back to the camp though and report it, and then they will have a funny conversation in which you and your Palico join the Protectors. I love the names, they're really hardcore. They give your Palico the special equip item called the Shield Spider. What this does is it's kind of like a massive shield that your cat will use if it notices that you're being targeted or in a pinch, and it will taunt the monster and draw them away from you, and of course because it's a big shield it won't be killing your Palico either. You'd be surprised, this thing actually helps out in a pinch if you use it. I tried it once and was pretty impressed. It also teaches your cat how to speak Kestodon, so they will be able to ride one of those guys in during a map. Next up is the Coral Highlands in the group of Grimalkins called the Troopers. This is definitely one of my favorites because of the ability that they give your Palico. So around this location on your minimap, if you check it, there is a cave in which you'll notice there are several Grimalkins riding Shamos, which are those weird fish-looking creatures. Now normally you'd think they'd be friendly, but then they start attacking you, so what you need to do is defeat them all. Once you defeat them all, it'll trigger a funny conversation in which your cat tells you that you need to go find them. Go ahead and just find them. Again, if you found all the doodles, your scout flies will lead the way, and it's pretty easy. And once you find them, it will lead you to this waterfall. This waterfall is in the depths of the map. You can easily find it, and there's a secret entrance in here which will lead you to their camp. Now for this one, they'll actually talk to you about how they're being plagued by a pair of Tsitsiyakus, and it will actually give you an optional quest where you go and have to kill these two monsters in order to help these guys out. Go on back to the hub town of Astera and take on the optional quest to kill the two Tsitsiyaku, and after the rewards screen you'll be treated to a cutscene in which you join the Troopers. Now the Troopers give your Palico a really cool item, of course on top of the ability to talk to Shamos and make them join your party, and this is called the Coral Orchestra. This is basically a hunting horn. Like your cat will play attack up, defense up, elemental defense up, anti-poison if you get poisoned. You notice the cat here is doing this cute dance to cure your poison. You'd be surprised how versatile this thing gets once you get it up to its max level, which is level 10. And the next group of Grimalkins is in the Rotten Vale, and they are called the Plunderers. This is by far the best single item in the game, I swear. You guys will love this one. So basically when you're in the very depths, you'll see a lone Grimalkin who's looking for food, and the poor thing is hungry. When you go to talk to it, it will run away, and then if you notice, it hasn't quite left yet. If you check out that conversation on the right hand side, your Palico will give a hint that they're hungry. So go in this quest with a piece of raw meat, and you can easily clear this, place the raw meat on the ground, and then get out of the way and hide behind a rock or something like that, and wait for a minute, and both that single Grimalkin and its friends will come over and enjoy the meat. You can then are free to go up to them and talk to them, and then you will join their group. Not only will they teach your cat how to talk to the Gyros, which are those weird paralysis monsters, but it'll give you the best item in the game, which is the Plunder Blade. What this thing does is allow your cat to steal anywhere from like 3 to 5 items from a monster during the course of a single hunt. That means you'll make armor and weapons much faster, and you can even sell those for extra money. Level this thing up higher and you'll even get the Plunder Rang, and it'll cause the monster to drop items on the ground that you can pick up and get even more rewards. Yeah, this thing is amazing and you must get it. And then finally, you remember seeing these weird guys in the final trailer? Well, they're not felines, but they are an aggressive race of creatures called the Gajalakas, and they reside in the final map called the Elder's Recess. Now, in order to do this, you will have to talk to the Larian researcher, who's over on the research point at the left side of your camp. And basically, once you join high rank, you'll start to see their doodles all over, and he'll give you a quest where he wants you to investigate 10 of their doodles. Once you do that, he'll tell you, okay, it's time to go find their camp inside the Elder's Recess. And what you want to do is wait for nighttime, go to the map where he is the NPC, mark him on the map by that little green dot, just press R3, go and find him, and he'll tell you it's time to sneak into their camp. What you want to do is bring the Ghillie Mantle, which he's the one who gave it to you, so you already have it by this point, and that'll make this quest really easy. So just check out my submap down below and you'll be able to see where their location. Again, you have to be here during the nighttime. If you come here in the daytime, they won't be around. Go ahead and put on your Ghillie Mantle and get all Metal Gear Solid, and you're going to want to avoid these guys when they're throwing their bombs, but make your way to the bottom end, which is very easy. It's just a small little gameplay thing, and you'll trigger the event that will allow you to join them. They'll teach your cat the ability to talk to the Gastodons, which are these new type of monsters that are in this final map. They look sort of like lion dogs, sort of like mini Teostra babies in a way. And they'll also give you a really cool item that will help you break parts of monsters if that's what you're going after, called the Molotov Cocktail. So basically this is just a vase that they'll throw that will blow up and do blast damage to a single part on the bodies of the monster, so very cool. Anyways, that's my advice. Go ahead and make sure that you get all these Grimalkins and the Gajalakas, and you'll have a much funner time hunting. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy hunting.